What up, it's your girl Catalina Perez, and you are tuned into the OTS Project.
All right, so I stop at the store, right? I stop at the store to go get my groceries, and I'm getting my stuff. I'm hanging out. All of a sudden, I'm walking home. I'm trying to catch the bullet train home, and all of a sudden the whole sky is just like turns black. There's like lightning going off and everything, and I see this witch just in the air, just screaming a song, and just it's like she ended with like oh, and all of a sudden just like everything goes crazy. And so yeah, I was just sitting there like, dude, I'm just trying to get home with my groceries. So like, people are panicking. This one chick's on the intercom talking about the Wicked Witch is trying to like take over and all this stuff. Bro, I just wanted to get home and make my chicken tenders,
It's like, my ice cream is melting over here. Can we hurry this up, please?
Right, exactly. I don't care about no wizard and no witch, nothing like that. So yeah, that was an eventful day. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the OTS News podcast that we do here every week. We're recording this a little early because Theo's got some endeavors to participate in.
I do have some endeavors. I'm taking a little bit of a mini vacation this weekend with some friends from my book club. We're going to be going up to Maine, going to be hitting up some small towns, enjoying the scenery, eating probably a shit ton of lobster as one does in Maine.
Right.
And it's going to be a fun time. Very excited. Nice.
Anything else you got going on this past week? I mean, we are recording early, so.
Not too much has been going on. I did watch Creature Commandos, which was a pretty short watch, but a pretty good watch. I enjoyed it for sure.
Right.
It was very fun. But that was
Nice.
about it, pretty much. Nothing else really happened.
Nothing too crazy going on over here. Just hanging out, waiting for your sister to show up. Actually, is what I'm doing because she has to drop off my birthday card, and I have to drop off her Cat's Eye album that's back there. I was gonna grab it, but there's stuff on top of it. But yeah, other than that, just hanging out.
Birthday trade.
That's right. I will say our pool development, as I've been talking about, has progressed impressively and rapidly here because I will show this quick video. We actually got the pool in. The actual shell of the pool is in the backyard. Looks like a madhouse back there still, but there they are, lowering the shell of the pool into the canyon, you could say, of a hole. So yeah, pool is progressing very well. I think they just really have to kind of clean it up a little bit and then put in like the actual deck and then the screen and whatnot, and then we should be swimming in that pool. I know Grace and Leah are going to be here at the end of next month, so I feel like you, me, Grace, Leah, Rachel, Wyatt, we're all going to be having a pretty big pool party once we get the green light, for sure. So
is that
that's kind of the.
Is she coming? Or is it like end of October?
It's like the 29th to November, like probably like 5th or 6th or something like that. So should be around there. They said we're rambling on for the people, sorry, but they said everything should be good as long as we don't end up having like a hurricane. Everything should be good by the end of October.
All right,
so
nice.
So we should be good.
Awesome.
So yeah, other than that though, just kind of hanging out. Not too much going on. Yeah, and we don't have a lot of news because again we're recording this what's today, Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, yeah.
We normally record on Fridays, but again we have to record on Tuesday because Theo's got big vacation plans. So
yes,
this may be a shorter episode, but that's fine. There's not a lot of news. But yeah, hold on one second. Let me find my notes here. All right, so let's dive into our song of the week.
All right. So, as news goes, the Super Bowl halftime performer for next year has been revealed to be Bad Bunny, one of the most streamed artists in the world.
The internet reacted totally calmly about that news, by the way.
The internet reacted totally promptly and not terribly at all about that, which is great to see. But after that announcement, I've decided to deep dive a little more into Bad Bunny stuff. I haven't really explored too much of his stuff so much.
Nice.
I've explored some of his stuff so far, and my song of the week is going to be one of his. Is going to be Nueva Yol. It is a great remix of a classic song. I'm assuming it's a classic song. I'm assuming he's remixing it because it pretty much sounds like it. I'd like to learn what the classic song is to kind of get a little more insight into that, but it is a fucking banger. I've been dancing along to it for like the past day or two. It's very fun.
Nice.
Very excited to see his halftime performance.
Yeah, he's a great performer. I like a lot of his songs. I've got a good number of songs of his in my library for sure. Yeah, internet went really crazy. My favorite thing though is seeing kind of the idiots that are like, why isn't this like, it's an American thing? Why aren't there American da da da? And then I'm like, yeah, y'all do realize Puerto Rico is a part of America, right?
It's a part of it. It's not a state, but it's a part of it. It's territory.
Right. So it still is American, even though people just want to be horrifically racist over the situation. I did also see somebody who is clearly an older like kind of soccer mom, kind of blonde haired lady that you can probably guess her political alignment. Is she said something about why can't we have a one with good music with a a good country artist, and I was just like, nobody wants that, bro. Nobody wants that. You're telling me you want Morgan Wallen to be doing the damn Super Bowl halftime show? Get the fuck out of my face, bro.
That's a fucking awful pick.
Right. The only country star that I would accept is Dolly Parton. That's the only country star I would accept as a Super Bowl halftime show. So,
honestly, I'm not against it. That'd be kind of fun.
Right. But yeah, let's get
performer. That's what it is.
Right. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just hating on country music because it's not my vibe, but I just feel like that would not be good. It also wouldn't be like a show. Like a lot of country music is just like standing there singing. They don't really perform much as they just kind of sing. Whereas like Bad Bunny's gonna have a show. Especially he's a damn wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make sure it's an event. It's a performance. It's a spectacle. Not just some dude standing on a stage singing. So
exactly.
Yeah. My song of the week. We're very diverse here when it comes to what we like, you know what I'm saying? So you're going with the Puerto Rican flavor, and I'm going to stick with kind of the K-pop vibe. Obviously, I've been huge on Cat's Eye, which is a K-pop group, but they're not, there's only like one Korean member, so it's not like entirely a thing. But I also, Blackpink is a K-pop group. That was like what got me into K-pop. I have now become a fan of La Seraphim, which I actually have a poster back there of them from one of the albums I just got. Big fan of them, so my song of the week is going to be 1-800 Hot and Fun. Great song, fun song. It just gets you up and wants to just like, makes you just want to dance. It's just a great song. So, yeah, I'm kind of continuing down my like rabbit hole of K-pop music. So that's my song of the week.
All right, good pick.
Yes, sir.
We gonna do our blind ranking.
I do want to add to the La Seraphim thing, which I think is kind of a cool idea. I like K-pop music, but I don't know Korean, so like sometimes it's hard to like listen to like the K-pop music because you don't know what they're saying. Something that's cool that I noticed about La Seraphim is like all of their songs are Korean, but they will release an English version of the same song at the same time, which is what I've been listening to, so I understand it. So I'm like, that's cool because I haven't seen a lot of like K-pop or just even any artists, like whether they're Puerto Rican or Mexican, speaking Spanish and stuff like that. I haven't really seen that, so I think that's like a really cool thing and a cool like gateway to get people like me who don't know Korean to still be a fan and still like enjoy their music, so that's just something I wanted to add. All right, let's dive into, we'll do our OTS showcase of the week if we so may. Do you have anybody you wanna drop some knowledge on?
Not really, no. I don't really.
You don't know
people.
Too many
people. I don't know people.
That's true. All right, I will shout out Mr. Captain Aaron Nova as the OTS showcase. Super creative, good friend of mine, somewhat friend of or foe of Theo, depending on the day.
I'm a friend. He's my friend. I'm not his friend. That's how
right. But yeah, shout out to him. He's so creative. He likes to pretend that he's retired, but he's not. When it comes to wrestling, but just outside of wrestling too, he's just very creative with what he does. He's one of the few people in wrestling that I've seen actually like not be a part of a big company, but actually like get themselves over in a way. Like every time he posts something on Facebook or Instagram, it like, I don't want to say it goes viral, but it definitely goes viral within like the Florida atmosphere to where it almost annoys me, not on his end, but like he'll make some inside joke and then like every Florida wrestler just continues to say this inside joke for like the next 6 months, and I'm like, guys, it was dead. It was dead 2 weeks after he said it. Like you gotta stop. He had like this one that was so dumb that was like, it was funny but dumb, where he was like, some Facebook post about like, I can't wait to go home and take a shid with a D because I've been farting all day with a D. And there are two people that I won't name because I don't want to out them. But like, there are two people that still every day will comment on his thing, being like, "Did you shit and fart today?" And I'm like, dude, it was like 3 years ago. You have to let it go. You have to let it go, please, for the love of God. But long story short, Nova is super creative, so people should check him out. As well as he is technically, I think we're gonna do this on Friday. He is gonna join me for a Back to the 2000s podcast where we talk about video games in the 2000s, which I was gonna invite you to, but now you're not gonna be here, so you can't you can't be a part of it. But I'm gonna see if I can kind of slide my way in to make him like my permanent co-host on that show when we do it. So I think that would be cool because we had like a whole conversation in our group chat about like nostalgia in the 2000s, and he got super amped and that was like, let me come on the show, let me come on the show. So I was like, all right, well, this is what we do. So if it goes well, maybe he'll be like my permanent kind of like co-host on the Back to the 2000s podcast, which would be really cool.
That'd be dope.
That is our OTS showcase for the week, Mr. Captain Aaron Nova, who's probably gonna try and murder me for putting him over, but is what it is, buddy. All right, our blind rank for the week. Mine is an interesting one. I'll start with mine because we're recording this on September 30th, but
is it proteins? Is it another food?
No. This is a more relevant vibe.
Okay.
When this is up, it will be October. We'll officially be in October. We're headed towards Halloween, so I figured why not start off this kind of October month with a spooky themed blind rank for you, Mr. Theo. We do have an episode, kind of in a way, covering this situation as well with our this or that episode, which I believe comes out like the week of Halloween. But you guys can get a little bit of a taste here. So, Mr. Theo Bebop, you are going to be ranking horror characters. Dun dun dun.
Okay.
So, all right, I'll give you 5 horror characters blind ranked. So starting with number 1, my biggest fear as a child, Chucky.
You know what? I don't honestly have all that much connection to Chucky. I don't think I've seen any of the movies or anything like that. But I think just as a concept, he is a very cool character and a very cool looking character. One that's very synonymous.
It clearly did its job.
It did its number on you for sure.
Right. So I think it worked.
I gotta put it at the 4. I think that's what I'm gonna put it for now.
All right. Number 2 is gonna be my favorite horror character, Mr. I always forget it's reversed. Mr. Ghostface. Mr. Ghostface.
I've been getting a bit into the Scream franchise recently. I recently saw the first one with a friend, I think like a few months back. I want to get into some of the other ones, because I know there's some other good Scream movies out there for sure. So, not having too much of a feel for where this list can go, I think a solid 2 is a solid place for him.
Okay. Next is going to be somebody that I don't believe you have any connection to, and I really don't have any connection to, but I wanted to put him in here because he is definitely the horror icon of like the past 2 years. It's going to be Art the Clown from the Terrifier franchise.
Oh, okay. I did not know him by name. I just knew him as the Terrifier Clown.
Yeah.
I think for that reason, I have to put him at 5. I just don't know anything about him. I didn't even really know his name. Cool design. It's definitely like a great like modern horror character for sure, but I just don't know anything about him.
I've been seeing a lot of clips because they have him as like a walk around character at Horror Nights this year. They have a house, but he's like just walking around. There have been some great clips because he's like kind of like a comedy character as well as like a horror character. You know what I'm saying? So like I've seen some very funny clips of the Universal team members that have to portray Art the Clown walking through like the park every night. It's fun. Next up, I'm gonna give you maybe the greatest of all time, Michael Myers.
The goat ski. How do you beat this man? He does it all, man. I'm excited. I've been seeing some gameplay clips of the new game that they got making for it. It looks pretty good. I'm very excited to sink my teeth into that. But I feel like I want to save my 1. I feel like I want to save it. I feel like it's a good call. I think I'm gonna have to put it at 3.
All right. Well, Theo, you royally made a great call because the next and last one is gonna be Beetlejuice.
Woo! That's my fucking man's. I fucking love Beetlejuice.
What are you nuts? We don't want this guy running around here.
You are meddling with powers you do not understand. I fucking love Beetlejuice, man. Me and my sister have been big Beetlejuice fans ever since we were kids. We went to go see it together. The new one last year together. That was a very fun moment. Both
You went with me
good.
and Wyatt too.
I did go with you and Wyatt. That was opening night. That was also very, very fun. I went as Beetlejuice for Halloween in like 22, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 23, somewhere around there. But that was also very fun. I love Beetlejuice. He's one of my favorite horror characters. So I'm very happy with him being a number one for sure.
Nice. All right. Well, what was your full list again?
It was Beetlejuice, not Chucky. Who is...
2 was Ghostface, I believe.
2 was Ghostface. That was good. Mike Myers was 3.
No, not Mike
Chucky
Myers.
was
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Wrong guy.
Dude, I had
Baby.
I had a fucking, oh my god, Baby Driver moment there where I mixed
There
up
you
the
go.
motherfucker. Oh my god. Michael Myers at 3, Chucky at 4. What was his name? Art at 5?
Art the Clown. Yeah.
Art the Clown at 5?
All right.
I'm pretty happy with my list. I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, I feel like my list might be pretty. I'd probably do obviously Ghostface at 1. Maybe honestly, maybe Chucky at 2 just because of the impact he had on me. But now also I'm not scared of him, and I think it's a really cool concept. Then probably Mike Myers at 3.
Mike Myers.
And then what were the last 2 I gave? Oh,
Cat in the
Beetlejuice and yeah, Michael Myers. Then probably Beetlejuice, then Art the Clown. That would be my list. No offense to Beetlejuice, I do love him, but I think I like the other characters more.
No, I get it.
But also, Beetlejuice he is a horror character, but he's really, like, those movies aren't really scary, so...
Yeah, he's just kind of like a Tim Burton.
He's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
All right.
My list is definitely a little more general, but as we are coming into Halloween, it's definitely one of the bigger holidays for you, for me, the Schneider family, everybody, pretty much.
Yep.
So I'm going to just have you simply blind rank holidays.
Oh, okay. All right.
Starting off, we're going to just start off with Halloween. Keep it easy.
All right.
Keep it simple.
Halloween is going to be a number 2 spot for me.
Okay.
Easy number 2.
Next one is going to be 4th of July.
That may go in, like, the, honestly, very patriotic of me to put it in 5th.
Very fair. Very fair. Number 3 is going to be the Big Kahuna Christmas.
That's the number 1, easy number 1, top tier. My favorite holiday. I'll give reasoning for my whole list when we're done.
Okay. Number 4 is going to be Thanksgiving.
That will go in the 3 spot, I think. But then the 3.
That means your last one. Honestly, pretty fitting considering the number here. Your number 4 is going to be, by default, May the 4th.
Oh, I didn't really know if we were counting that as an actual holiday, so I had no clue that was
we here at OTS, we count it as a holiday.
Okay, then in a real situation, that would be my number 2. I mean, I would bump everything down by 1, but yeah, Christmas is my favorite. I love it. As a kid, I think every kid, the idea of waking up and having like a mountain of presents to open is just an incredible idea. But also, it's still fun too when even as adults, that's something that I look forward to is giving. Not just receiving gifts, but I also like gift giving is one of like my love languages. So having a whole holiday that's dedicated to me, having to go track things down or get on Amazon and buy things to then see everybody's reaction when they open the gift is very good. But also, obviously, I do enjoy getting the gifts.
When you give like a really good gift that you're just like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so amazing. That's a really good feeling.
Yes, very much so. I already have your gift or gifts in my closet. They've been actually sitting in my closet for like 6 months because I like the way I do Christmas shopping is I like to just go throughout like the year. Obviously, when it gets closer to Christmas, I kind of lock in and I'll make sure I got everything went up. But like, I do kind of like to go throughout the year and get stuff. So like, there's a present probably sitting in there for you for Christmas that I got 6 months ago. So, so yeah, I just enjoy the family bond. I love the food. I love just the vibe of Christmas. I will say, in recent years, it definitely has not been magical as like when you're a kid. To me, at least, Christmas is like the most magical time. It is so special, and then as you get older, it kind of just doesn't become magical anymore. Like it kind of loses its spark. And I think part of getting that back is like having kids yourself and then kind of living through them and being excited to get them gifts and things like that. But like nothing will beat being a kid and it's Christmas time and even before Christmas, just like going to, like we used to go to like a Christmas party every year at our church, and looking at Christmas lights and going to Walmart and seeing all the stuff. Like that's what's really magical. So let me stop glazing Christmas, but that's definitely my number one because it's just there's nothing to me that can even come close to it.
My number one honestly is probably gonna be Thanksgiving. I really fuck with Thanksgiving.
Really?
I love, because to me it's kind of for the same reasons that you gave, because you just kind of love that like togetherness and that just like bringing everybody over kind of aspect. I really love that. Thanksgiving food, I feel like it doesn't hit at any other time of the year except for the end of November. I don't know how to explain it. It just does. I make a mean fucking turkey. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't really fuck with turkey. If you ain't deep frying your turkey, to me, you ain't doing it right. That's just how it is. Deep frying the turkey is the only way to go. We do it every year. It's fucking delicious. I love all the sides that get made with it. I love all the desserts that get made. It's just a very fattening holiday, and I really like that.
Right.
That's right up my alley.
To go back though, I do think part of that too has to do with kind of what you said of like everybody coming over. Like for you, Thanksgiving is number one, but it's like you guys in our family always host Thanksgiving. Like that's always your thing.
Right.
I think part of that same with Christmas is like we always did Christmas, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like that was fun. Where like we would wake up in the morning, open our presents, go put our presents away, get changed, and like take a shower, get ready, and then like for like 3 or 4 hours before anybody got there, it was just like us blasting Christmas music, but then like cleaning the house, making sure everything's set up, and like you know what I'm saying, you're getting ready for an event, and you hear, as much as you hate it now, you hear Michael Bublé's Christmas album blasting in the background. Like it's just such a fun time. And then obviously like 3 or 4 o'clock, everybody starts coming over, and you just have like a great day. You know what I'm saying? So I think that does have something to do with it. Is the fact of like you have favoritism to it because it's like it's what we did. You know what I'm saying? So for sure.
Right. Exactly.
My number
I always
2
have like those memories of like just whenever we're like all just like all of us in the kitchen, all working on our own individual dishes and stuff like that. I'm outside working on the turkey. Everybody's yelling at each other about this or that. Everybody, I usually mean my father. There's obviously like the parade going on the TV. There's a football game going on. They're just, it's like noon and there are already somehow people on the couches just watching stuff.
Right.
It's just a lot of fun memories for that sort of stuff.
My number 2 was what was that?
Go ahead.
Okay. My number 2 was Halloween. This one I also love a lot. This one has a very special place because this was my dad's favorite holiday. So like, he also, even though he wasn't like Catholic or anything, so he didn't really believe in that stuff. He did like Christmas, but Halloween was his favorite because he just loved it. You know it because you were part of it. Like he just loved setting it up. He just loved the idea of setting it up to where he wanted to be the best house in the neighborhood. Like that was his goal every year, and I feel like every year he would definitely get those compliments of everybody saying that this was the best house in the neighborhood. So it's like, because he would just go all out where it wasn't just some decorations outside. Like now that he's gone, it's just kind of like we'll just throw out some inflatables. You know what I'm saying? And if my mother had her way, we wouldn't even do anything. But I'm like, we gotta still do something. You know what I'm saying? Keep the spirit of what he loved alive. But when he was with us, man, it was like he was setting up tents outside, making it look like a zombified. Like his 2 favorite things was like, kind of like, I don't want to say war, but like war-esque vibes and zombies.
Right.
So like that was his thing every year, was just make like a zombified military base was like his idea. And so like he would go all out setting up tents, getting like fake bodies and figuring out how to make a fake like body to be like dead in a tent, and he's running around with like a unloaded like gun. Like he's just going all. He has like, I have a photo. Let me see if I can look at it real quick. Hold on, because I just recently saved it. A photo of him standing like out in the front lawn in just like full tactical gear, and it's like hilarious because it's like, dude, what are you doing, man? Like it is so. Come on, where's that? I literally just saved this like a few days ago. But
I'd probably say Halloween's probably my number 2 as well. I think For me, it's at this point, like obviously, like I feel like trick or treating was such a big thing as a kid, but now I'm just like, I still like doing costumes, but more in terms of like a costume party sort of thing. So I
Right.
feel like there are just so many cool costumes you could dress up as. Like, why don't you? You know, that's
One
where the
hundred
fun
percent.
is at for me in terms of Halloween. But I've been getting more into like horror stuff as of recently, so that obviously has a big thing to do with it. Um, even still, like even when we handed out candy last year, it was still like pretty fun, even though like
Yeah.
it was not as packed as it should have been. It should have been way more packed. But
Right.
even still, it was a fun time just handing out candy.
No, definitely, and that's I mean that's just us. Like we just always find a way to have a good time, especially now that we've like added Rachel into the group. She just
Yeah.
also adds like such a random but funny vibe to everything.
Right.
All right, I found the photo. Here's the photo of my father in full like military garb, standing out with his dog Ruby, just like yeah, standing out there. He's got like a
Fucking Ruby,
souped
man.
up,
Oh my
souped
god.
up, souped up like shotgun, just like chilling. So
Fucking
random,
super
bro.
commando over here.
Yeah, yeah. You could see the like dead body in the tent back behind him. Like, yeah, it was great. Good times for sure. So that definitely has a solid place in my heart because that was his favorite holiday, and it was always fun. And to add like kind of to the magic of it, I also love fall in general because of how like
Yes.
it
It's
just
so
gets like
beautiful.
it gets cooler out, and so I have fond memories of being a kid and being a teenager of like the beginning of October, it being like kind of cool out on like a Saturday, and me and him just being outside, like setting everything up and decorating for the month and whatnot. So yeah, Halloween will always have like a very special kind of place in my heart. So that's my number two. What was my number three?
Your number three? I think it was
Yeah,
was it? It was Thanksgiving. That's what it was.
Thanksgiving. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you want to give what your number two would have been.
Well, my number two was Halloween, but my number three
Okay,
was
yeah.
Christmas. I feel like
Okay.
it has dropped for me a little bit over the years, just because I feel like it's like the music isn't there for me anymore. Just like
Mm.
not just with Michael Bublé, but just kind of like in general. I feel like there's just less and less Christmas music that I like enjoy listening to. Christmas movies will always be great. I will
That
always love watching
that is a
Christmas
thing.
movies.
That is a thing with me too because if I'm like home, like i.e. if you come over like and we're hanging out whatever, like yes, during December like I might have the Alexa playing Christmas music. But if I'm like by myself or driving, I don't listen to Christmas music. Like
Yeah,
my
I
my
just feel like
grandmother does. She'll leave like I mean she listens to the radio for the most part too though, so maybe that's why. But like
that's probably
she
true.
always will listen to Christmas music for the whole month, whereas I'm like I just listen to what I want. I will maybe once in a while I'll put on a Christmas song while I'm driving and stuff, but in general, yeah, I don't really listen to Christmas music unless it's like an event that we're having like the house.
Right. It's like I feel like the classic music just doesn't hit as much anymore. I feel like new stuff doesn't hit at all. It's just like I
Mm.
feel like we're just kind of losing that like Christmas music magic there. And
It's
obviously
just the magic in general, man.
We've commented already on like gift giving and gift receiving. That's always like very fun and stuff like that. It's always very fun. It being like midnight and just like me staying in the living room for a few minutes just looking at the glowing tree. I feel like the tree is always one of the most fun parts.
That's literally every grown man
Every
just
guy,
does that shit.
every guy does it every year, and
It's so
It's a
random.
tradition. It's
So
so
random.
random, but it's so good. It's just
It's
like
gotta
that inner peace going through you for a few
no, bro.
minutes.
I think it's got to be linked to like depression or something. It has to be linked to some tragic shit. It has to, because it's like a
No,
really
I like
sad
colors.
thing,
That's what it is.
or it's linked to autism.
Maybe it's both. Who's to say it's not?
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah, my
Yeah,
number three
Christmas
though.
is my three.
My number three is Thanksgiving. I do like Thanksgiving. It's fun, but to me, honestly, like Christmas is just like a better version of Thanksgiving to me. So that's why I'm like, it's not the biggest thing. I will say my favorite thing. No offense to the family, but my favorite thing about Thanksgiving is the parade. That is like the family tradition that is no joke been a family tradition since I was a little kid. That every Thanksgiving we are up at 8 in the morning to watch this damn parade, and I make sure it still happens. Like I will make sure I will set an alarm and I will wake up at 8 in the morning so that I think it starts like 9. By 9 o'clock, I'm like downstairs, either in the living room or in my mother's room with NBC on. So that's my favorite part of Thanksgiving every year is just watching the parade. But I do like the family time and getting to be with you guys and stuff like that is also really really fun.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what we watch on Thanksgiving at my house more than anything It's the fucking dog show. That's what we watch.
I can't
We
stand
watch
that.
that. No, we love it. It's great. It's awesome.
That's always my cue. That's always my like. Yep. All right. Time to go get ready to go to Jack and Rachel's house. Like that's when I know like all right, yeah, it's over. All right, fuck this. I'm going to take a shower.
It's great.
I will say to add to Christmas too.
Okay, yeah.
They do have. It's not as special as the Thanksgiving parade because I think I just have so much more history with the parade. But on Christmas, Disney does like a Christmas parade that I also is like a new tradition that I make sure I watch every year because that's really fun too.
Our number 4s are the same. We both have
Yeah.
May the 4th there.
Oh,
And I feel like that's a pretty good place for it, honestly. I'm not too
Yeah.
mad about that place.
right.
I mean, it's Star Wars Day. You gotta watch Star Wars on Star Wars Day. That's my goal. Well, really, what I do is, I might switch it up next year because I have a new favorite. But for what I've been doing for like the past like 10 years or so, maybe a little less, is just watch Return of the Jedi on May the 4th. Usually,
Right.
that's just what I'll do.
I mean, that's what I do too with Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I might have to change to A New Hope though. It makes a little
Yeah.
more sense and it's just more fun. But yeah,
All right.
and then
But
number 5.
5th, yeah, 4th of July. Yeah, I don't.
4th of July, yeah.
There have been fun ones. There's definitely been some times like, especially when we were younger, where we would have like more of a kind of like a get together with multiple different families coming to our house. There was one time, not even sure if you remember this. We were pretty young, so I was probably like 10. So you were probably like, no, I was probably like, no, yeah, I was probably like 10, and so you were probably like 8.
Probably 8.
Yeah. And we were out there. Our dads were lighting fireworks, and you and I were lighting like fireworks to the side of them. And I don't remember if you remember this, but we were lighting the like like the singular, the singular like balls that you put in the thing, and light it. And I'm sure I told you have to untie the wick, and I'm sure you probably just forgot. So I untie the wick, put it in, light it, and obviously run away. You clearly didn't do that, and you just lit the tied wick. You just lit it and stuffed it in there, because we both ran, and like my mom and a couple other moms were sitting like right in front of this shit, and the whole thing just blew up right in front of our faces.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, I remember this so insanely. Probably because for some reason I was the one that got in trouble, even though it had nothing to do with me. But it was just you should have told your cousin how to do it, even though I'm sure I told you how to do it, and I'm sure your dad probably also told you how to do it, and either you just forgot or you were just like, hey, why do I have to untie this anyways? It'll be all right, and you just like you lit it. It was like I remember it was like tied up in like a bow, you know what I'm saying, and like you just lit it and put it in there, and then we like ran and we're like waiting for it, and all of a sudden it was just like just like all over everybody. You could have killed everybody, but looking back, that is hilarious. And I'm not shocked you don't remember it, but maybe you tuned it out of your brain.
I don't know. My memory is pretty terrible already. I kind of have a funny similar story to that regarding another 4th of July while my family was still living in Georgia. So our house in Georgia, in the backyard, it was pretty much like this hill that went up to like a lake.
Ew.
So what we did was we kind of set the fireworks like up on the hill, sort of.
Right.
And my dad was lighting all the fireworks, obviously, because like it would obviously just be him and stuff like that. And we have like people over as well from like the neighborhood and whatnot to see the fireworks, obviously. And
Right.
so he's lighting off these fireworks like one at a time and whatnot. And he gets to this one firework and he lights it. And as he lights it, he starts to run away. But the firework falls over, pointing towards the house. And a firework shoots off.
Oh,
And
God.
I think it hits the house or something like that. I can't remember exactly where it hit. I feel like there might be different stories depending on who you ask. But either
Right.
it hit the house or it went inside of the house.
Oh, God.
And I don't
Yeah.
know if it actually went off or not, but it still fired at us.
So that's why you guys moved back home, because you actually burned
That's why I
down your
moved back
Georgia
home,
house.
because we burnt the house down with a firework.
But yeah, so it's like it's a fun holiday, but it's not one of my favorites. Like again, we've had certain moments where we've all gotten together. I will say the last time I think we really all kind of got together, this was probably like 2018 or something like that for 4th of July. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to me, but I was like, I woke up extremely sick. I don't know what happened to me, and so like that was like one of the worst days ever. And I remember we were like, you, me, your dad, and my dad. We went like fireworks shopping like that morning, and I
Yeah.
remember whatever came over me, dude. I thought I was gonna die. My chest was hurting and like my legs were weak and I was sweating, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with me. And then like I didn't eat anything until like 9 o'clock that night. I ate like a burger or whatever, and then TMI. But at like 2 in the morning, I woke up and just violently threw up everywhere for like 5 minutes, and I felt amazing. I felt the best I'd ever felt. So I don't know what had happened to me because after that, like yeah, I was fine. Nothing else happened, but that whole day sucked. So maybe
Maybe
that
you had
has like
some,
a
food poisoning the day before or something. I have no idea.
maybe, dude. But I was just like, that was like my last big Fourth of July. So maybe like the holidays just tainted to me because I just remember being like, I'm gonna die on the 4th of July. Like great, I'm gonna like die. This is great. So yeah, but it's not a bad holiday. It's not like one of our. I think for both families, like it's not like one of our special holidays like Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we haven't
So,
done anything for it in years. I don't think we're
right,
planning on doing anything for it anytime soon.
right. Especially now, like my dad used to like to do fireworks and stuff like that. Now I'm like, I'll just let other people do it. Like I think last year, no, this year, I actually had a show. I had a show in Spring Hill. That was fun because like we did the show and then it wrapped up by like 9 o'clock or something like that. And I remember I was driving to meet Wyatt at like Applebee's or something like that. And I was this was in Spring Hill, but we were meeting at the Applebee's because he wasn't at the show anymore. So we were meeting at the Applebee's by like our house or whatever. And so I was driving home on like the highway, and like both sides of the highway were just like fireworks, 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 and I was like, "This is awesome! Like this, I can get behind this." So, but even years before that, I'll just like stay here and just chill. But I'll just like watch them outside. Like I'll just go sit outside or like watch them through the window. So I'm like, I'll let other people do it, and I'll enjoy the fun without the cost or the exertion. So
There you go.
yeah, all right. That was a long. You remember? Did you talk about your number 5, which
Yeah,
is
yeah, it was
4th of July?
4th of July. Yeah, we
Okay.
talked about it, yeah.
Yeah, that was a long blind rank, but it's all right because we have almost no news. But our only news
We have one
here,
piece of news.
one piece of news, which isn't even our normal kind of topic to cover, but I just thought this has like more to do with kind of like us as kids than it does us now.
Right.
They have announced a sequel to the Simpsons movie. A new Simpsons movie is coming July of 2027. Again, Simpsons isn't something we normally talk about on here, but as kids, we definitely liked the Simpsons. And like, I don't know about you, but when that first, because I think the first Simpsons movie came out 2008. Am I correct?
Yeah. I think around there. Or 2007,
when-
I think.
Yeah, 7 or 8. When that movie came out, it like took the world by storm. I remember like
Yes.
it was that like I could look back at some nostalgia points on that because it was like everywhere for like 3 months. It was just Simpsons, Simpsons, Simpsons. There was like Burger King toys and there was a bunch of food like crossovers in like Walmart and da da da. So it's like that's definitely something I remember fondly as a kid. It's like when that movie came out, it was I think for Christmas that year I got like the Simpsons movie video game. Like it was definitely everywhere for a while. So I will definitely be watching this. I'm excited to see what they cook up because the first movie is very good.
This is going to be another situation similar to Beetlejuice, in where this is like one of me and my sister's like go-to movies as kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you. I'm more than sure you did have the DVD, but I don't know if you remember, like before the movie even started, they would obviously have like those like little like commercials of stuff and whatever the hell. And one of the commercials for it was the fucking Shirley Temple 18 disc set.
Yeah.
And that was always something me and my sister would like joke about before like the movie started, because we've seen that movie like a dozen times at this point,
Right.
through that DVD. And one year, I think it was like a few years back or something like that, I needed to get her a birthday gift, and I found that whole set for like $50. And when
Nice.
she opened that, this is the part of the thing with gift giving. It's fucking awesome when
Right.
you give them a good gift. When she
Right.
opened that shit up, she was crying, laughing. She was like, "No fucking way did you find the 18-disc Shirley Temple set from the Simpsons movie, like pre-commercials?"
Right.
And I was like, "Yeah, man, happy birthday! 18 timeless
I-
classics."
I remember that commercial for sure. It was definitely on other things, not just that DVD, but I do remember it on that DVD. Yeah, it's like a very nostalgic vibe for sure with that movie because it was
Yeah,
everywhere. And me and Grace, I think we went to the theaters to see it, but I remember watching it at home. I need to rewatch it because it's been a while. But I just saw somebody
for
post
sure.
a clip talking about how they don't know how they could top this, and it was the scene where like Marge leaves and Homer is such a comedic character that when he locks in, it's very serious because it's not within him. So when he's
Right.
like having a panic moment, knowing that his wife just took the kids and left, that's a very very good scene. Um, so yeah, I'm very excited to see what they can cook up for a sequel here. I have not watched The Simpsons in a while, but it's something I definitely was like maybe I should kind of hop into, you know. So I may need to do that with this movie coming out.
Yeah, I mean, Simpsons are always fun. We've kind of my family's kind of been like Simpsons fans for like a good while. I remember when we were like kids, me and Rach, we would have like a family dinner, like pizza night every now and again, and we would just have pizza and watch Simpsons on the TV.
Right.
That's kind of what we would do for that. But I'm
Me and
very
Grace
excited for
used
the movie.
to
It's gonna be fun.
we used to play Simpsons Hit and Run like crazy, dude, because we weren't like allowed to play GTA. But I don't think my parents realized that Simpsons Hit and Run is like Simpsons GTA. So like
Right.
that's one of our nostalgic games for sure. Same with Road Rage, the racing game. We played that a lot, but Simpsons Hit and Run, me and Grace played that like every day for years, dude. It's such a good game. So yeah, Simpsons is very Schneider coded. It seems within both sides of the family.
Very very deep cut it seems as well.
Right, for sure. All right. So our actual discussion for today, because again we only had one piece of news. Uh, let's talk a little bit about GTA 6. We're getting there. We're getting a little closer. The months are ticking down. They just did an investor call saying that it is still on track to release. Was it May of next year? I believe.
I think so. Yes.
It's still on track because I know some people were. There was some rumor that they were going to delay it again to September, which could still happen, I guess. But they came out literally like a week ago with an investor call saying it's still on track to come out, as well as they just Rockstar just announced that they've like I forgot the company name, but they've purchased some company that's gonna like help with like the kind of 5M aspect of GTA Online, like the role playing kind of
Yeah.
aspect of GTA Online for GTA 6. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about GTA 6, but I want to know, Theo, are you more excited for the story or GTA 6's online? There's two very big things that we're both going to be very heavily
Yes.
invested in. So
This is a very big question because there's a lot to really take into consideration here with this
Right.
question because like obviously story wise it's gonna be amazing. I have no
Right.
doubts about the story mode being a fun fucking time, a
Right.
very good story at that. The online is where things get really skeptical because at one hand we're still playing GTA Online from GTA 5, which has been out for like over 10 years now. It's like 12
Right.
years or something like that of GTA Online.
right,
What worries me though is Red Dead Redemption 2 because you kind of have to include that in the track record as well because that's a big Rockstar title as well.
Right.
It's one of my favorite games of all time for its story because
Right.
it's online really does not have all that much there. And I know we've played it like a few times, but there's just not as much there substantially as GTA Online does.
right,
And while I don't doubt that there won't be a lot of shit in GTA Online, I'm just worried that more so than anything, the economy of GTA Online, what it's going to be when it releases,
Yeah.
how that's going to develop. Because if it's anything like how GTA Online economy is nowadays, shit's going to be so hard to fucking grind for. It's going to be so hard to make
Right.
money. Everything is going to be so fucking expensive, and that's really just going to take a lot of the fun out of it for me and probably a lot of other people, especially more casual gamers going into GTA Online, wanting to try it out, and just not having the ability to do a lot because of the grind of it all.
yeah. When it comes, I kind of chuckle because when it comes to GTA Online, and GTA 5's online, you and I had the privilege of me buying shark cards off my dad's credit card, which is not something that you should do, but I was
Right.
I was like 15 years old when I was doing that, so I was a kid. But obviously this time around that won't be happening. So it does make like me buying shark cards back then, it made it easier for us because then whenever there was an update, I would buy a shark card and then we could basically just do whatever we wanted, whether it was just hang out on a yacht or go to the new business to do the new heists. We were privileged that my father, had enough money that we could kind of do that, So like you and I had kind of a privileged GTA Online experience by doing that. Whereas we're not gonna have that this time, so it's definitely gonna be more grindy because it's gonna be you and me being like, "Fuck, man, we're gonna have to go grind this," and we're not gonna have the assets like now. For this last update that we're gonna be getting, for a mansion or whatever, I feel like I'm set. I went and grinded a little bit, and I have like around like 10 million, but I also have like every business in the game and da 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 da. It's a lot easier for me to kind of grind and make $1 million every time I log on there. Whereas again, starting from scratch, we're not gonna have that privilege, so we're gonna be robbing stores for like $10,000, if that, to try and be doing this stuff. So it's definitely gonna be interesting because it's gonna be way more of a grind for you and I for sure.
Right.
Yeah, but I think obviously the story is gonna cook. GTA 5 story cooked. Red Dead 2 story cooked. So there's no doubts about that. I'm intrigued to see how they're gonna like build the world out a little bit. That I don't want to say worries me, but it definitely intrigues me a little bit because it's always interesting. Like we're going into a completely new map, but I guess that also stands true for GTA Online because it's gonna be the same map. So I'm intrigued to see how they're gonna kind of do everything with that. But I don't know. It is hard to say though because the story is gonna cook. We know like the Strangers and Freaks and the random encounters are gonna cook. The customization is gonna cook.
Yep.
Everything there is gonna cook. Especially if I have a feeling we are gonna get like story DLC just because of the fact that like the disappointment from GTA 5, like they had it planned and they scrapped it and reused some of it for GTA Online, but they didn't do it just for like the money of it. They just didn't realize how big of a thing it was going to be, and so they kind of like scrambled to do that so they can get out an update. I feel like the disappointment of not having story mode DLC for GTA Online or GTA 5 is going to make them do story DLC for 6. So I feel like that's also going to add to a whole other thing of like if we're going to have expansions into that as well. But then GTA Online, that's definitely where we're going to spend most of our time because majority of our time over probably the next 10 years, if not longer, is going to be us hopping on GTA 6's online. But yeah, it is concerning because the grind, but also like I feel like part of me is a little nervous that they're going to start adding in the crazier shit earlier because they know how much people enjoy that shit. Like there's something very as I guess as wholesome as a GTA game could be. There is something wholesome about us playing GTA Online in like 2013 to like 2017 when there wasn't anything when there wasn't anything crazy like that. Like the craziest thing you could get was an insurgent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once they started adding like the oppressor, and listen, like you and I both are now, we've given in. We both have oppressors, and we use that as like our main vehicle for every fucking thing we do because it's just so convenient. Right. But it definitely takes you out of the immersion of playing the game as your own character and stuff. So that concerns me too because I feel like they're going to add that stuff a lot earlier than they added it into GTA Online in 5. So that also concerns me because I don't really want. I know it's going to happen, and again, I'm sure you and I are going to fall victim to using whatever it is as well. But I do want a good solid few years where we just are driving around in normal cars doing heists and things like that for sure. So
just a fun, solid, actual GTA experience, not like crazy shit and whatnot. Yeah.
I am excited too because it seems like since 5M and similar things have taken off and they purchased this company or whatever, that's going to be a way bigger aspect, which I know you and I both have always wanted in like GTA Online, is having more role play options, more ability to like do kind of like just like quality of life, kind of day to day normal people things and whatnot because it's just kind of fun. Right. So that excites me. That excites me too that they're kind of branching into that. So it's going to be cool to see if we can go on and do our normal heists and things like that, but we can also, I can go, hey Theo, we're you ready to go do that heist? And you're like, yeah, bro, come pick me up. I'm clocking out at my shift at Clucking Bell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Well, I'm finishing up my Clucking Bell shift, so come pick me up. Like that. That also is exciting to me for sure.
Right. Yeah. But I think just for like all the uncertainty with it, I feel like I have to be more excited for the story mode, especially with their track records of doing incredible story modes time and time and time again. I know that's gonna cook 100%. I have no doubt about it, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I agree, but I think part of it too is like we have info on this now, whereas we don't have any info on GTA Online at all. We have no clue what they're doing. Whereas now We have multiple trailers, multiple screenshots, character descriptions for like every somewhat, important character in the game and things like that. So I think that also helps us because we know a lot about GTA 6 other than the actual plot and like the kind of gameplay we don't know anything about, but the story and the characters we know, even the setting we know like everything about at this point. So that also helps us be excited for that. Whereas again, yeah, GTA 6 is online. We have no clue what to expect. Who's showing up from the story mode into online? Who's showing up from GTA 5 into online and things like that. So I think that helps with us being kind of more excited for the story mode.
Right. For
So,
sure.
all right. Is there anything else you want to add before we head out?
No, I feel like we covered it pretty well. I'm hopeful and I'm excited. That's all I can say about that.
I made a worm.
What the?
I made a worm.
You did make a worm. I have this guy.
That's true. You also have Thing.
It is on my disc. I do have Thing. Yeah. Here's Thing. He's a
There's
hand.
Yep. You got that.
He
If I
doesn't
blow the
talk
other day.
because he doesn't have a mouth because he's a hand.
That's true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all for watching. There is going to be obviously this episode, which I'm going to put up on Friday, but there's also going to be a weekly episode. I believe it's going to be our George Lucas sequel trilogy episode on Saturday, tomorrow, if you guys are watching this on Friday when this is released. So that's cool. It's a very good conversation where we dive into what George Lucas originally intended for his sequels, which is also interesting because there's a lot of stuff that was carried over into the Disney version. As well as I believe Sunday, my video for my Superman rewatch releases. So that's also something cool to look for. So yeah, shout out to WNRN, of course, the good old WNRN. I also want to add, I want to do a lot more content in the sense of like kind of when I was thinking about it when we were going to Jollibee the other day. I was like, this would be cool if I made like a vlog out of this because between the ride, you weren't with us, but the ride to Jollibee, the ride from Jollibee, but also us at Jollibee and us going to Target and like two different Walmarts or whatever it was, like we had like a good amount of shit that I feel like we could have made like a vlog out of. So there's certain like things like that I wanna do too. Well,
At the same time, I don't know when the next time we're gonna have a cracked out experience like that again. Is that shit was fucking wacky.
That's true. But yeah, I just want to do kind of more content like that. So maybe that will be coming as well though. So yeah, with that we will see y'all next week.